I got the man flu. I need something to pick me up. And this chicken soup is exactly it. It's an extract of everything the body needs. A rich broth, good veggies, and some protein. That sounds good to me. Now, I'm not gonna faff around with the chicken too much because honestly, I don't have the energy for it. I'm gonna cook the bird whole, but the only thing I'm gonna do is take the skin off because boiled skin is just gross. Now, I've not taken the skin from a whole chicken before, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about this. I think I'm just gonna go around the legs first and then split the carcass. That's a leg. I'm gonna put all the pieces on a baking tray. The wings I'm not really gonna eat, I'm just gonna use them for the broth, so I'm just gonna take them off. You can just break these off and then find the joint and cut through it. And then the rest of the carcass is gonna be pretty easy to undress. Okay, that's all our skin done. Alright, and then the chicken and the wings go into the pot. Give the board a nice clean. Okay, I want to throw in a couple more things as well. 2 halved onions, skins and all. Boom. A whole head of garlic, sliced in half as well. That one goes in. And a big knob of ginger. You know what? Make that 2. Now, I don't care about the peels because I'm gonna take these out afterwards. To that, I'm gonna add a few bay leaves, some black peppercorns, and a heaping teaspoon of salt. Of course, I'm gonna adjust the seasoning in the end, but that's a good start. And I'm just gonna cover everything with some fresh cold water. All right, we're ready to cook. I'm starting this in cold water so I can slowly extract everything. If you dump it in boiling water, everything is just gonna get sealed in. Meanwhile, I'm also gonna prep the skin. All I'm gonna do is give it a dusting of salt. I'm gonna cook these low at 150 Celsius or around 300 Fahrenheit. And I'm gonna start them in a cold oven as well. That way, the fat from the skin is gonna have time to render and it's gonna get real nice and crispy. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, now that this has come up to a boil, I'm gonna cook this for an hour. So see you in a bit. In the meantime, every once in a while, I'm just gonna skim the scum from the surface. About half an hour after we put the chicken skins into the oven, they come out looking like this. Ah, that's a nice little treat. Let's give these a try. Okay, so it's been a little bit more than an hour, but I'm okay with that. I'm gonna take the chicken out and put it on a tray here. And some of these bigger bits, and the rest I'm just gonna strain. And what we're left with is just some beautiful chicken broth. I'm gonna pour that back into the pot and throw that back onto the stove. Now, while I'm waiting for the chicken to cool down so I can pick it off the carcass, and chicken broth to come up to a boil, I'm also gonna prepare some veggies. I got some carrots, I've got some leeks, and some potatoes that I've already peeled. I'm gonna start with the carrots because these are gonna take the longest to cook. I'm just gonna cut them in half and then sort of into half-inch pieces. These go straight into the soup because, again, they're gonna take the longest to cook. The leeks and the potatoes, I'm gonna cut into slightly bigger pieces because I don't want them to fall apart by the time the carrots are cooked. The smaller potatoes, I'm gonna cut into quarters, and the larger ones into sixths. I'm basically going for something like this, like bite-sized pieces. All of this can now go in as well. And while these are cooking, we can pick the chicken apart. But first, I'm gonna clean up these onions. These are perfectly good, sweet, tender onions. So I'm gonna keep these along with the garlic. Why would you ever wanna throw this out? And by now, the chicken is cooled down enough so I can pick the meat off the bones. Just like that. The leg comes off and we can peel off the meat. I'm gonna do the same for the rest of the chicken. I think I'm also gonna pick the wings, and I'll see you in a bit. Just make sure you don't miss the oysters. These are some of the best bits on the whole chicken. They sit like right here on the lower side of the back. Okay, so that's the whole chicken picked. Now I'm just gonna take the breast fillets and some of these other bigger pieces and cut them into sort of bite-sized chunks. This stuff I'm gonna add at the very end just to warm through when everything else is cooked, which could be pretty soon. It's been half an hour. Let's see where we're at. The carrots still have a little bit of bite, but they're definitely cooked through. The meat goes in, as well as all the alliums. Heat off. We definitely need a little bit more salt dough. And our soup is done. I'm gonna squeeze some fresh lemon juice. Vinegar also works. Some homemade chili oil. And some fresh parsley. I almost forgot, this thing loves black pepper. I'm already feeling better. It's savory, it's warming, it's a little spicy. The leeks and the carrots are sweet and unctuous. It really is everything the body needs. If you're feeling under the weather, go make this soup. It's gonna get you up on your feet in no time. Roll out!